welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to the show. As you guys can see for the title, today we're just gonna do a chill get ready with me, some things I gotta inform you about, and I also wanted to do a look using this palette. I have done a short using this palette. So this is the Alter Ego Midsummer, by the way. I really like this one. I really like it. Yeah, I do. I really like it. So I've been using it nonstop. So I just wanted to chill, relax. I haven't done one of these videos in a while. I figured let's do one. It is necessary because I have a lot to inform you guys about. So let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I figured I'd take advantage too because I have been asked a lot about my I'm trying not to call it finger painting. In my brain, I call it finger painting, but it's underpainting. So I'll show you guys how I do that as well. It's not, I'm sure that there's people that do it better than me, but I just do it just for the sake of not necessarily being specific or precise, like placing. It's more for longevity for me. So then my complexion products like on top last a lot longer, and they genuinely last a lot longer. I mean, like this past week I've been running around. Actually, the last 2 weeks we've been running around and it's been nonstop and it's been wonderful. This technique, I've realized it's really good. So anyway, I'm going to I just put my primer on my face. So I put all my skincare on, SPF, whatever the case may be. Then I go in with my primer. I'm still using this one. As you guys can see, it's still going, but I'm sure it'll be done soon. I'm sure. So now I'm going to take my Natasha Denona, cream products. So this is where I grab the cream products. I am so sick of hair always being and tickling me. Drives me nuts. So first and I always use my fingers. It's just so much easier. I just roll it in there, as you guys can see, and just place it where I want it. Just place it right there. See, I know it's gonna look like a hot mess and you're probably gonna think I'm nuts, but it works because I see the glow under, like when my whole face is done, I actually see this glow, but it's like a natural glow. Then I do the same thing with the blush. I just do this. I am not precise. There, see? Just like that. Nothing to it, nothing extraordinary. You can use a brush, a sponge. For me, I just find that my finger just works just as fine. So I just do that. Then I go for my cream bronzer. I've been using the Anastasia cream bronzer that I purchased that I remember telling you guys. I've been using this for, I would say, like the last 15-ish days or so. Guys, I have been struggling with texture here. And I remember telling you guys a story. I went to my dermatologist, speaking of which, I got to call them for my annual. But I went to my dermatologist and we figured it was I'm allergic to chemical sunscreen, which I think I still might be. I don't know. I'm now questioning that because she told me to stop and the texture should go away. No, ma'am, it's still here. It's only here on my cheeks. So I started to consider, well, is it some of my cream products that I'm using? Because I've been using some cream products. And I can't say that it is any of the Natasha Denona palettes because I've only used them this year and I've been having this problem since last year. So I was like, okay, well, what is it that I was using last year that it could possibly, all of my cream products are basically brand new. All of my foundations are brand new. So I know it's none of that stuff. I think I've narrowed it down to one thing. See, look, and then I grab the bronzer and I blend like this just because my foundations are a little bit lighter and I need them to be a little bit more warm, like to match my little mini tan going on. So this is what I do. Instead of buying more foundations, I warm my face up with a cream bronzer. Whatever cream bronzer you have. So this is what I do. See? It looks like a hot mess. Hot mess. But I promise you it'll all come together. So anyway. So the only product that I have been using nonstop and I noticed the texture arriving was when, unfortunately, my NARS cream bronzer. I just looked up the ingredients and it has coconut oil in it. I did not know that. And I've realized that I think it is the NARS cream bronzer that has been messing with my texture on my face, so I discontinued using it. It has major pan in it, so if I have to throw it away, I don't feel guilty because I used a ton of it. This is my second one of it, so this is why I think it is that. And I've been using this one. This one, the Anastasia one, does not have any coconut oil in it to like clog my my pores and things. And I'm starting to see it clear up a little bit. It's going to take a while, I have a feeling. It's going to take a while with all the products that I'm using to fix it. But I think it was the NARS cream bronzer. So just a heads up, if you did buy that on my recommendation, I apologize. It does have coconut oil. I had no idea it had coconut oil in it, and it does. For me, at least, it did clog my pores here. Like, I could see that I have texture here. So I'm using this one. It's good, and for the price, I like it. So I think that now I haven't been using the NARS one for about 2 weeks, and I do see an improvement in my texture. It's going to take a while to clear that up, but I'm just kind of bummed because I really love that cream bronzer. So for today, for foundation, I'm going to use the NARS Soft Matte Complete, mixing it in with the Clinique Even Better one. This is one of the new foundations I got. I got for free. You guys. Foundations. Okay, you guys know that I bought some foundations for myself and some foundations for this wedding that we were going to, this fancy wedding. So I'm just going to pour like on my hand like I showed you guys. That, and then mix it in with that, just because this one can get a little bit drying on my face. So I just want to mix it with this because I really like this one too. Shockingly, I like this one. I didn't think I would. And it just evens out the yellowness of the NARS one, because the NARS foundations are very yellow on me. But they'll be okay in the summer, just not right now. So anyway, you guys, so you know how I told you guys that I had purchased some foundations for this wedding that we were having and stuff, so on and so forth. And you'll see in my makeup rehab next week, I think I'm going to post that video, where I got this one for free as a point perk, like not a point perk, but like a coupon that Ulta gives you. So I picked that one out. And so I got that new foundation, and I also purchased another one because somebody else wanted that foundation for this wedding. And it was on sale at Ulta. It was like one of those days where they had like 30% off certain brands. So I was like, oh, awesome. So I purchased another foundation for someone else that wanted me to do their makeup. Fine, because I knew I was going to, make it back. So you guys, sorry, I'm just putting on I'm looking in the mirror. I just was informed, well, not just us, but all of us in the family were informed that the wedding is off. Yeah. So now I am stuck with some foundations that I just necessarily did not want. I'll end up using them, but some foundations, like, it wasn't for me. It's not for my skin. I don't need that much coverage. I don't need whatever the case may be. Don't worry, this is going to look like a hot mess. See how it all cleared everything up and it just looks like nothing, like it's just my foundation? I promise it'll get back. It'll work. It's just hard for me to chit chat and do my makeup at the same time. This is why I don't do Get Ready With Me often, because I suck at them. So the couple were having issues, concerns, whatever the case may be. I don't want to get into too much detail because obviously it's not me. It's not my relationship. It's not my wedding. And it's not my place to say that. All I will say is that, unfortunately, the couple has broke it off completely, wedding and relationship. They are no longer together. And they've been together for like 6-7 years. It's hectic I'm telling you, like, certain things in life will put you under pressure to make, and you realize if you make it or break it with your significant other. And unfortunately for them, it did not work out. So they broke it off, and now I am with all these foundations and not being able to use them on everyone, including the one that I recently just purchased. I know I'm spoiling it, but I actually got two they're not foundations, they're like CC creams that I got for Mother's Day. I had given a list of like foundations and things that I wanted months ago because I knew that I would forget these things, and I forgot to update that list. So I ended up getting two CC creams for Mother's Day as a gift. It was like a gift set thing that the person found, or which is fine. I like those. But then I went ahead and got a foundation for, one of them I got for the wedding. And then this one I got for free. And then one of you guys told me about a deal, so I ended up getting that. But never in a million years did I think that I would not be able to use these, because we had the bachelorette party to use them at. We had the bridal shower to use them at. The bride was going to have 2 different bridal showers. Like, there was different events planned. Engagement party. I mean, there's so many different plans involved that were going to allow me to use all these foundations on everyone. And now I got to use them on myself before they go bad. And the window for returning them is done. So it is what it is. Now I really am going to have a lot of foundations in my collection that were not necessarily ones that were needed all at one shot, but what are you going to do, right? I'm not going to hold it against them. And since I use makeup often, I'm not like upset about it, because I will eventually use them. It just sucked that I was getting excited because people were actually going to use these and enjoy them. So my numbers drastically went up. And only like I would say a handful are the ones that I picked out for myself, including one that I recently just got. It was one that, it was part of like my Mother's Day gift. I will take points away from it because I necessarily didn't need it, but such a good deal. And I figured, hey, it's a Mother's Day gift. Why not? I'll get it for myself. I've earned it. So that's the latest with the foundation fiasco. I still can't. I'm still shocked about it because that's the last thing we would have heard. We've known them for so long that we didn't expect to hear that from anyone. So for us, this was just news last night. So I'm like, okay, well, there that goes. I ain't gonna do that anymore. I have plenty of foundations for any future events that we may have. So that's that. I did enjoy a nice outing with 2 of my friends from high school. Like, I've been friends with them for over 20 years. They're basically family to me. They're like sisters. We have been through everything. So we've known each other for so long. We actually hung out yesterday. And we just found out one of them is expecting, which we were so excited about. I'm so happy for her. So now I'm no longer the only one in our group that has 3 kids. I was the oddball one, and I was always the joke because it's like, oh, you're the only one with 3. You couldn't control yourself. But now I'm not the only one with 3. But it was a nice brunch that we had. Very, very relaxing. I don't get out often because we're all so busy with our own lives and things, but I'm very happy that we were able to get together. It was really, really nice. So I hope we could do that more often. It's just difficult because we all have, like, the 2 of them have an actual career. So it involves a lot, and they have their own kids too. So I get it. So, but it was nice to catch up. We are already planning on doing a barbecue this summer because we typically try to do like a barbecue, like a seafood barbecue where we make like a big old pot full of different seafood in there. So we're already prepping for that to do it this summer again. We try to go out to like a dinner once a month. We did that last summer, which was nice. We each couple picked a restaurant to go to, and then we just went to it and tried something new. Of course, me and Mr. Man pick a seafood one because we love seafood. That's what we do. Anytime me and Mr. Man have a chance to step out on like date night, seafood all the way. We love seafood. Anything seafood. I don't think there's anything that we haven't tried that we don't like. And I'll take that back. We're not a fan of sushi. I need my stuff cooked in some capacity. I can't have like raw stuff. I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. Obviously, if I have to do it for survival purposes, I will. But as far as like me wanting to, not necessarily. I'd rather have my food somewhat cooked. But seafood, yes, we love our seafood. We're actually gonna be, by the time you see this video, we haven't left yet, but we are going to be going away, which is nice. Mr. Man and I, we haven't done a getaway in a really, really long time, just the both of us. Wow. See, every time I sit down and do my makeup, I end up with a very itchy nose, and I think it's all the powder that always falls in there. So yes, I do touch my nose because it just gets very itchy. So anyway, that is what we are doing. I might do like a pack with me. What should I take on my vacay? Mini vacay. It's just a getaway, like a 1 night or 2 day thing. But I still want to do my makeup, obviously. So I might do that video because I rarely go anywhere. So I figured it'd be nice for you guys to see what I would actually take on vacation versus, like, you know, not. So maybe stay tuned for that kind of video. What else do I have to inform you guys of? What haven't I let you guys know? Oh, guess what? Remember how I told you guys I wanted to empty this drawers back here? It's officially empty. I officially emptied it out. So what I did is the 5 drawers that were empty on my vanity, I was able to arrange everything from there to there. All of my bronzers, blush, highlighters, and face palettes are all in my vanity drawer now. So this is completely empty, this thing right here. I'm still keeping it there for aesthetic purposes, and the only thing that's in there right now are empty Z palettes. There's nothing really in them. I contemplated on bringing over my lipsticks over here and then completely getting rid of the one that has my lip products in there. But the one that has my lip products is tiny enough to be able to tolerate over there. So I don't mind it. But I'm going to leave that there for aesthetic purposes. And my goal is not to fill it up with anything. I am maxed to the gills in my vanity right now. So that means I really can't get too much of anything. I really have to get rid of stuff if I want to, which is something I actually appreciate because that allows me to not buy anything, which I rarely do, highlighter, blush, bronzers, but just in case. So if you guys want me to do an updated vanity tour and share with you guys exactly how I organized it, I will, because the way that I organize is not typically what you see on YouTube, because if I organized it the way that most people do it on YouTube, half the stuff wouldn't have fit the way that it does. And I had to make sure that what I owned fit in there, because I already did enough declutter. And I wasn't about to declutter for the sake of it and then be upset and buy the stuff all over again. So, yeah. I'm excited about that. I did it. That was my goal this year, is to empty that out. And I did a rather good job. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do my kid has her last track meet this year, today. So I'm trying to not go overboard on my makeup because I'm going to be out in the sun. I will wear a hat, but at least want to look presentable. So I'm going to do a simple eye look today, but we'll see. Gotta look from a distance so I don't overdo my brows, because normally I'm like a distance away. I also considered doing this video on my vanity with my phone, but I don't know. Like, do you guys care to see my lights in the background and my microphone? Because when I film from that angle, you'll see all of this. And I don't know if that's aesthetically pleasing. I know somebody's going to complain about it, but let me know, because I will do it. It's just I don't know if you guys care for that kind of background, since my background now is very simple and like boring. Well, most people find it okay. So let me know. If you guys don't mind that, then I will do it. I'll finally do a get ready with me at my vanity. But for now, I said, let me do it here and then let you guys know whether you guys care to see it there or not. And I don't mind doing get ready with me's in my vanity instead of here where I normally film. That way I don't have to bring everything over. All right, so Midsummer palette. This is a beautiful palette. Really do like it. The only thing is that there's only these two transition shades, so you're always gonna have to start with these unless you're gonna do a purple or a white base or even a green, like a smoky green. So that's the only thing. If you're limited on the transition shades, and they tend to be warmer toned. So I'm first gonna go get Tuscan, because I always start out with Tuscan here. This palette does not bring any cream to powder, any cream products, period, end of story. And I think this is why I like this one the most, because I'm not a fan of those shades that Alter Ego makes. It just they crease on my eyes, so they don't work for me personally. So this one doesn't have any of that, and I love that. Love that. I have been using this palette nonstop. Like yesterday, all I did was put this in the crease, and that was it. I didn't do anything else, and I really liked how it turned out, and it lasted all day. Here's the kicker with this palette. This is an inexpensive palette, and I've put this to the test. I wore this testing it out when I first got it on a day that we had about 80-degree weather, hot. I was outside all day, soccer games, track meets. I mean, you name it. I had that makeup on for 16 hours. My whole entire face, foundation, everything, 16 hours. This did not crease once. Not once. The color stayed still, the intensity. I was shocked because, as you guys know, that my eyes tend to eat up anything that's very that's inexpensive. So for me, this was such a win. Such a win. I'm very, very happy about that. So I can attest to that, you guys. I can attest to that. All right, the color I actually want to put on today is, I'm going to go between these two, because I already showed you guys a look with this and this. So I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to use these. So I'm going to go grab first Camp, which is this cool tone brown. This is so pretty. I really do like this palette. And I do have the Anastasia one. The Anastasia one obviously has bigger pans, a lot creamier in texture and formula. And that one definitely lasts on my eyes. But this one is such a good, affordable option. It really is. I am so surprised at how much I like this one. This might be my favorite one out of all Alter Ego palettes that they've ever done. So, so pretty. I'm going to put this in most of my eyelid, as you guys can see. And then for the inner portion, I'm going to mix it in with Dew right here. See that? It like really shows up. I'm very happy with this one. Just gonna blend it out. And these two will mesh together really nicely. It looks like an odd couple, but it will work. See? This one looks a little bit brighter there, so I'm just gonna use my finger. Much better. For the lower lash line, I am just gonna go in with a little bit of Tuscan under there. By the way, the new brushes from What's Up Beauty, so good, so good. She really does great brushes. I've been loving these brushes. Okay, I'm gonna do my mascara, lips, and then I'll come right back. All right, you guys, so this is the look. For my lips, I just put on this Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Silk. I do like how it looks. It's a little bit pinky, kind of enhancing my lips, and it's very, very comfortable. I'm not going to put on a actual lip product. I'm sorry, my nose is itchy. It's always itchy every time I turn on the camera. Because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be outdoors. My daughter's track meet and my son's soccer game, so I'm gonna be outside a lot today. And this makeup look, like these eyeshadows, last a long time. I do like combining some of my foundations that I purchased with like a tinted moisturizer kind of feel. I have a few tinted moisturizers because it gives me more of a glow and not so mattifying, and the fact that it's lighter on the skin. I don't like something that's super mask-like, and as long as I shear it out, I'm good. I'm good. So I've been doing really good with the foundations. Now I got to learn how to use certain ones because they necessarily weren't for me and my skin tone, but we are here, right? We are here, you guys. So prep yourselves for my makeup rehab. You're going to see quite a bit of foundations coming back into my collection. In my defense, though, my sister took another foundation. So some of these I got for free, and then other ones were gifted to me. And then my sister took another foundation. So not necessarily what I started with in the beginning of the year do I necessarily have now. And I will update you guys on those foundations. I promise I will. So if you are interested in this palette, I do have a coupon code that'll save you 10% off. It is affiliated. Thank you so much if you do use it. I appreciate it very much. If not, that's fine too. There's plenty of coupon codes out there to save you guys some sort of money. This is really, really good one. I am shocked at how well this lasts on my eyes. You guys know I say it all the time. A lot of the cheap, more affordable shadows just don't last on my eyes over the summertime during the heat and the extremities of being outdoors. And this one did. Like, I mean, my mouth dropped. I was like, wow, this looks really, really good. For 16 hours, it did really good. So I love this color story. It's one of my favorites, and it's not that expensive either. So it doesn't break the bank, which is good. And I do like this packaging. It's pretty. It really is pretty. I do like it. I actually want to do an eye look inspired by this. Anyway, that's all that I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so sad I don't get to go to a bougie wedding. This was seriously going to be like a bougie wedding. If I told you guys how much this haul that they paid for was, you guys, it's like a car. Like a very expensive car. I don't know how they're going to get their money back. I don't want to know. Okay, you guys, that's all that I have. More videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then, peace out.